As we close in on the end of the year, we're seeing plenty of reflection on what was truly a bizarre and horrific year. Now, there's best and worst lists, predictions about 2026 and the midterms, and also old reliable Time Magazine's Person of the Year, which started nearly 100 years ago and has had plenty of controversy since its inception. It has picked its Person of the Year, and wait, is that white smoke we see from the vents of the Time Magazine building?
Is it Snoop Dogg?
No, they must have chosen the new Pope. I mean, that would make the most sense. It would be easy to imagine Pope Leo XIV as Person of the Year, considering he was elected this year after the passing of Pope Francis. I mean, an American Pope, it's a pretty big deal. So you could see what... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. That white smoke wasn't for the Pope at all. It was the emissions from boiling millions of gallons of water so that some mouth-breathing loser can create an image of a beloved children's character abusing immigrants? Oh, that's right. Time Magazine chose artificial intelligence, AI, as their Person of the Year.
It's not a person.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be more specific, they chose the architects of AI as the winner. And you know what? We get what we fucking deserve.
That's true.
A bad dystopian choice for a bad dystopian year. And we'll get to the reasons why Time Magazine thinks people like Sam Altman, Lisa Su, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk are worthy of the title. But first, there's a much funnier side story about all of this, and it's a culmination of a running joke we've been doing for at least the last week or so, ever since CNN announced their partnership with Kalshi.
The prediction, I don't want to say betting app, the prediction markets app.
Because what's the point of watching the news?
If you don't have
you can't make it a little bit interesting.
I don't watch the news anymore unless I have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Not happy with how the actual news affects my day-to-day reality and those around me. I gotta have money on it is what I mean.
You gotta make it interesting.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for a piece of breaking news to cause a meltdown in those markets. And Time's choice for Person of the Year is just a taste of what the future has in store for people who want to bet on literally everything, all day, every day,
nonstop,
all the fucking time, everything. Basically, a bunch of people bet on, people.
Yeah,
they assume that Person of the Year is singular for a reason which is stupid, and all they'd have to do was look at previous Time Person of the Year picks to see that this is not the case. Sometimes it's multiple people.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a group of people that are not exactly named.
Sometimes it's you.
Yeah, like in the early 2000s when it was all of us.
Other people were furious for a different reason, though. They'd apparently nailed the prediction. But the magazine specifically referenced the architects of AI rather than just AI itself. And that cost a lot of people a lot of money.
Little asterisk on that bet there that cleaned me out.
Sorry, all bets are off. Here's Futurism with more.
One online group was particularly irked by Time's announcement. As author Parker Malloy pointed out on Blue Sky, those who bet on who would be named Person of the Year on prediction markets were absolutely furious, perfectly illustrating the risks of throwing money at unregulated gambling websites. Someone please explain to me how this is not a trick, one user complained after betting on billionaire Elon Musk on Kalshi. Person of the Year is a singular title. This is actually so freaking stupid, another user seethed. Other users who had bet on AI argued that Kalshi owed them money.
Good luck.
This pretty clearly should have resolved to yes, one user wrote. If you bought AI, reach out to Kalshi support because AI is literally on the cover and in the title, Architects of AI. The bet turned out to be a major driver, generating just shy of $20 million worth of bets since early November 2024.
Wait, does Kalshi have like a chat section under the bets?
I'm not sure.
Or is this
I think
just
they're
people
asking
complaining on Twitter?
for the support, I would assume. But I think maybe there is a social aspect to it. I don't know.
Yeah, this is similar to when I used to follow Wall Street bets in the early days, and some idiot would completely ruin his fucking life.
Yeah.
On
there was
some options betting. People, the joke was always just reach out, just hit up Robinhood support. They'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, it continues. The clear frontrunner for most of the year was Musk, who was overtaken by NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang following his pro-AI rallying cry during a keynote in Washington, D.C. AI, meanwhile, steadily rose in trading since May. A similar bet on Polymarket saw most money going towards NBA legend LeBron James and President Donald Trump. The comments section also turned into a flame war, with unhappy users accusing the site of a rug pull. Such a scam, one Polymarket user complained. If I would have known a new option would have been added that says effectively AI or everyone else, I would have chosen that. Would have. Now this
Man.
would have, could have, should have.
Yeah. That's the gambler's remorse, my friend.
So this is definitely a valuable lesson that was learned and will soon be forgotten by a lot of people. And it does feel kind of scummy, but who the hell do you think you're dealing with, folks? Just because they have a sleek app doesn't mean you're not inside of a casino.
Yeah, that's
the house always wins.
I don't know what you would expect here. It's just, you're gambling online through your phone. It's not exactly going to be the most above board kind of thing.
How do you think they're paying for all that? At any point, they can call a technicality and just take your money. There's probably something in their terms of service about it. We don't know. We haven't read it. Nobody has.
Yeah, but it's probably there.
But it's all there. As for Time Magazine, which, to be clear, I think they do release the Person of the Year in physical form, but other than that, it is purely digital and has been for several years.
Yeah, but it's just their evergreen tentpole.
Yeah,
gonna nail it. It's gonna be in all the supermarket shelves, and people are gonna want to buy it.
One thing I have noticed, this is a side tangent, but all of the prestige magazines that no longer produce monthly issues now just produce exclusively produce special limited edition,
like compendiums.
Yeah, just here's everything you want to know about Roblox.
Yeah, Life Magazine presents the Beatles.
Yeah, and it's just there in the checkout aisle, and I mean, people must be buying them. I've never seen anyone buy them. But
for me, the only I'll be honest, I do read more print than the average person, but the one that I do get delivered every month is The Onion, which you should definitely subscribe to.
A real newspaper.
Because it's a real newspaper. I also get Wired in the mail, but a real newspaper, The Onion.
Anyway, as for Time Magazine, here's a sample of their reasoning behind choosing the architects of our demise as their Person of the Year.
Person of the Year is a powerful way to focus the world's attention on the people that shape our lives. And this year, no one had a greater impact than the individuals who imagined, designed, and built AI. Humanity will determine AI's path forward, and each of us can play a role in determining AI's structure and future. I don't believe that. I don't feel like I have any role to play.
No, you don't.
In my own future as it relates to AI.
You are a non-factor, and so am I, and so are you.
And I would say that people like Sam Altman and Elon Musk didn't, in fact, imagine, dream, or build anything related to their AI products. They handsomely paid other people that they stole from competitive companies to do it for them.
Yeah.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Our work has trained it and sustained it, and now we find ourselves moving through a world increasingly defined by it. Even as the growth of these models relies on neural pathways that appear to copy our own, they learn, speak, argue, cajole, and yes, their ability to do these things can be as frightening as it is astonishing. We know that there is a difference between us and our creation. For these reasons, we recognize a force that has dominated the year's headlines, for better or for worse. For delivering the age of thinking machines, for wowing and worrying humanity, for transforming the present and transcending the possible. The architects of AI, our times, 2025, Person of the Year.
Blech. Gross.
Everyone is running defense for AI at this point. It is just anywhere I look where I am sure to see some kind of critical analysis of AI, it's just fluff. And like I mentioned earlier, I love NPR, but I so many segments now are AI positive. It's frustrating. It's just, it permeates our life in ways that make it so you cannot avoid it on a day-to-day basis anymore.
It's just it's an annoying pop-up on everything.
And in real life too. In real life, there's fucking AI ads everywhere around now too.
Yeah, it's just everywhere. And I'm like, sorry.
Oh my God, I looked at Christmas cards, a pack of Christmas cards, and I was like, oh, that's a cute, kitsch little drawing. Upon closer inspection, it is all AI.
Yeah, it is funny that AI can presumably recreate any style of art, but it has in a very short period of time become just a handful of very easily recognizable AI styles. I feel bad for the actual artists who were ripped off for these styles.
Yeah, because it's pretty blatant.
But it's especially in sort of cartoonish style AI, I can spot it immediately now.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses me off. And it makes me think, oh, you're cheap. You're lazy.
Yeah.
So it sucks that all of corporate America and our entire media apparatus have to suckle at the tit of AI, simply because they all allowed a bubble to grow out of control and swallow up the entire U.S. economy in the process.
Whoops.
If we stop it now, well, then
That's it. It's curtains, folks.
we're all going to be poor.
Yeah.
I guess the water simply has to boil. How else is Pete Hegseth going to make all of his cool propaganda flyers? In fact, as of this week, members of the Pentagon are being instructed to use a new military AI platform owned by Google Gemini. The promo for this, of course, included an AI-created graphic showing Hegseth as Uncle Sam and exclaiming, "I want you to use AI." Dumb. Here's military news outlet Stars and Stripes.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on Tuesday announced the launch of GenAI.mil, a military-focused AI platform powered by Google Gemini. The future of American warfare is here, and it's spelled AI, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said in a video posted on X on Tuesday, adding that the software will help the military quickly analyze video and imagery. There is no prize for second place in the global race for AI dominance, said Emil Michael, Undersecretary of Defense for Research and Engineering. We are moving rapidly to deploy powerful AI capabilities like Gemini for government directly to our workforce. AI is America's next manifest destiny, and we're ensuring that we dominate this new frontier. Victory belongs to those who embrace real innovation, Hegseth said in his signed memo. AI should be in your battle rhythm every single day. It should be your teammate. We're all doomed.
Yeah.
We're fucking doomed.
Does this military AI at least explain to grunts how much you will pay for that car in total with a 40% APR on it?
Well, it does, but it does the calculation so that the final answer it spits out is just that monthly payment. You don't need to worry about all the fine print. The bank has done the work for you. You just look at that monthly payment. Can you afford $98 a month?
I wonder, like, because all these are all language based. Like, does it have like a military personality?
Yeah, Arlie Emery or whatever did the training for it.
Well, he's been dead, but
they used.
But with the miracle of AI, we can bring him back.
That's right. They got all of the footage that was left on the ground of the Kubrick film, Full Metal Jacket, and they.
You ask that simple question, and it just like insults you.
You know, there's at least a couple seasons of History Channel's Mail Call.
Mail Call was great. I used to watch that show.
Oh, you want to know about tanks? Here's 30 minutes.
He was a great entertainer.
He was.
Probably not a great guy in real life. I don't know. But he sure could do that thing that he did.
Well, so the way that I see this working out is that, you know, in the past couple of weeks, an actual human admiral had to take the fall for what's happening.
Now you can blame AI.
Now you can blame the computer.
Sorry.
What, the computer wouldn't mess up.
I'll tell the IT guys to sort it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Anyway, we don't want to alarm you. We just want to inform you. But Trump just rolled back all of those AI regulations aimed at stopping some of the more harmful developments in AI, like revenge porn, discrimination, things of that nature.
All that stuff. Stuff that, you would assume that states would have the rights to regulate.
Nope. We simply must have it. Previously, individual states would have the power to regulate AI how they see fit. Kind of how our country's built. States have vast authority over some things, but now Trump is throwing that out in favor of a federal framework, which doesn't sound very states' rights if you ask us. Nevertheless, he signed the executive order on Thursday, and here's the Associated Press with more on what that entails. Members of Congress from both parties, as well as civil liberties and consumer rights groups, have pushed for more regulations on AI, saying there is not enough oversight for the powerful technology. But Trump told reporters in the Oval Office that there's only going to be one winner as nations race to dominate artificial intelligence. And China's central government gives its companies a single place to go for government approvals.
The executive order directs the Attorney General to create a new task force to challenge state laws and directs the Commerce Department to draw up a list of problematic regulations. It also threatens to restrict funding from a broadband deployment program and other grant programs to states with AI laws. 4 states, Colorado, California, Utah, and Texas, have passed laws that set some rules for AI across the private sector, according to the International Association of Privacy Professionals. Those laws include limiting the collection of certain personal information and requiring more transparency from companies. States' more ambitious AI regulation proposals require private companies to provide transparency and assess the possible risks of discrimination from their AI programs. Beyond those more sweeping rules, many states have regulated parts of AI, barring the use of deepfakes in elections and to create non-consensual porn, for example, or putting rules in place around the government's own use of AI.
Now, we gotta have that AI porn.
I mean,
we need those deep fakes.
Everything they just explained seems pretty reasonable, especially for a burgeoning technology that seems to be at least a little bit out of control, or that's, you're kind of learning mistakes as you go.
Yeah, I mean, the California stuff could not be any more light touch because those companies are all literally based here. So there was never any way that Gavin Newsom was going to restrict them in any meaningful way. Just, let's stop crimes from being facilitated with this technology. But nope.
They simply cannot stand.
We got to have those crimes. But hey, humans can be pieces of shit too. And that means we have an update on those healthcare subsidies. Remember those?
Yeah.
Those would need to be in place so that people's premiums don't double right as we head into the next year. And, fuck.
Damn.
The Senate Republicans on Thursday blocked a motion to advance a Democrat-drafted bill to extend enhanced health insurance premium subsidies that are due to expire at the end of 2025, which is coming up pretty soon. Tax credits the Democrats say are needed to keep premiums from rising by double digits next year. The legislation, which needed 60 votes to advance, failed by a vote of 51 to 48. Republican Senators Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska voted for the Democratic plan to extend the enhanced health insurance tax credits, even though both lawmakers have called for reforms to the program. Senator Dan Sullivan, Republican of Alaska, who is up for re-election next year, and Senator Josh Hawley, Republican of Missouri, also voted for the Democratic proposal.
Earlier in the day, they voted on a Republican plan to convert funding for enhanced insurance premium subsidies into contributions to health savings accounts to pay for out-of-pocket costs. Did you get all that? I know that people that, are struggling to put food on the table and pay their rent are really excited about these healthcare savings account plans that they definitely are going to feed money into and be able to pull from while also paying their monthly premiums.
Man, staying alive sure is complicated.
That's right.
Guess I'll die then.
It continues, that proposal failed to advance on a mostly party line vote. The cost of health plans on the Affordable Care Act, ACA, are projected to increase by 26% on average in 2026, according to an analysis by KFF, a health policy research group. Enrollees on the ACA's marketplace who receive enhanced premium subsidies are expected to see their monthly premium payments more than double if those tax credits expire in January. The failure of both bills means lawmakers likely won't vote on another proposal to address rising health insurance costs until next year. So remember when they shut down the government and then everyone was like, we're doing this to make damn sure that we get those subsidies and so that you're not paying higher premiums next year for healthcare. And now, to be fair, this is the Republicans' fault. But what I'll say is you had them on the fucking ropes.
Yeah, you had them on the ropes, and then
they promised that they would do something about these damn healthcare subsidies, and look where we are now.
Here's your Fell For It Again award.
Go back and find the video. Go back 3-4 weeks, find our video, clip us. What the fuck did we say was going to happen?
Babe Ruth.
Every fucking time. Luckily, our elected officials always have their priorities straight. Which reminds us, what's J.D. Vance up to lately?
Probably like gallivanting somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's been
insulting his wife. He's probably somewhere insulting his wife.
No, actually, he's been wading into a beef between female rappers and commenting on the latest viral trends like 6'7".
Fine, sure. In a social media post on Tuesday, the vice president said his 5-year-old son, Vivek, went absolutely nuts at church when the Bible readings happened to fall on pages 66 and 67 of the Missal. The child repeated 6-7 like 10 times, Vance wrote. And now I think we need to make this narrow exception to the First Amendment and ban these numbers forever, he said. It's likely Vance was being tongue-in-cheek with his post. Yeah, he's trying to...
Yeah, duh.
He's trying to be cool.
Yeah, he's trying to be cool. And
he's trying to be Jimmy Fallon. He's trying to be cool like Jimmy Fallon.
Everybody's favorite cool guy. I didn't put it in here because, I watched the clip and it's like, again, like obviously J.D. Vance is joking here. I don't think he should be wasting his time with this bullshit. Also, I don't think it even happened. Mm-hmm. But also the Jimmy Fallon, Sam Altman thing where he's like, I don't even know how to raise my child without ChatGPT. He's joking, obviously, but it is a damning quote that is probably true for a lot of Americans and will be more and more true as time goes on.
It's similar to how a lot of parents today would not know how to raise their kid if they couldn't put an iPad in front of them.
Yeah.
Which this is a very interesting. So recently they finally enacted the social media ban over in Australia.
Yeah, that just went into effect.
And so, like, I was reading an article about like how it's going. And first of all, any kid that wants to get around it, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And they've got like people's like older brothers like scanning their faces. Someone scanned their dog's face. But the funniest thing was like parents are mixed about it, because some parents are just like, fuck, now I have to like figure out stuff for my kid to do.
Yeah.
When they used to just like sit on the couch and scroll TikTok. Now I'm responsible for them not being bored.
Crikey!
This sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's very conceivable that within the next couple years, there's going to be parents who are just constantly being ChatGPT. My child's face is turning blue. What do I do?
It is noticeable. I had to go through a lot of audience analytics and stuff for a year-end report for back-end stuff. Anyways, shout out to the female viewers. Our female viewership has grown double.
What is it? 6?
No,
7?
it's 13%.
Oh my god.
Which is actually really great. But the other noticeable thing is that, like, around August, I forget what it goes to. It goes to like 16, and then it's 16 to 20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the 16, it went from like, 7%. It was always really low anyway, to 0.
Yeah.
Because everyone just got logged out and never went back in, and I guess just started new accounts. But like,
it's a no children zone. Adults only concept.
As soon as there was one barrier to entry, everyone just dropped those accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but back to JD Vance.
Yeah. So shouldn't JD Vance be doing, I don't know, anything else? Really seems like he spent a lot of this year just on vacation or traveling in general, which is sort of part of the job, sure. But since being sworn in, he's gone to 27 states and nearly 10 countries, as well as the Vatican, where he killed the Pope.
Well, of course. But yeah, he's traveling more than an Instagram influencer.
He is. He's been to California 4 times this year, and on one of those trips, he went to Disneyland.
Despite hating California and Disneyland.
Exactly. So anyway, JD Vance been busy.
Yeah, real busy.
What else is he doing? Here's Rolling Stone.
As the White House continues to antagonize pop stars, Vance is on X declaring his stake in the Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B rap feud.
Sit down, white man.
Which has been largely dormant since October. He is 2 months late.
Hey, JD, who you got in the Drake versus Kendrick beef?
Hey, I just heard about this. Hey, not like me, right? Not like me. Doodly doo.
God.
Everybody gets the reference. Anyways, Nicki greater than Cardi. Vance, who is 41 years old, wrote in a quote reply to a since deleted post from Minaj that read, Vance greater than Rance.
What?
I don't know. Both posts followed and utilized the same format as the rapper's recent post that read, Trump's greater than Chomps. I have no idea what's going on.
Is Nicki Minaj a Trumper now?
Nicki Minaj went to the UN to perpetuate a narrative about she went there to talk about how Christians are being persecuted.
Where?
I can't remember. I can't remember right off the top of my
she's
head.
always like kind of sucked, but
But she went there like 2 weeks ago to like perpetuate this thing that like Christians are being persecuted in this area. So she was like speaking kind of on behalf of the Trump administration.
Great. Cool.
Minaj has also boosted posts featuring Donald Trump with Elon Musk, as well as a video highlighting Trump's accomplishments since beginning his second term, which included plainly xenophobic and transphobic actions. Additionally, Minaj's recent appearance, at the United Nations headquarters was reportedly facilitated by Trump's advisor, Alec Brucewitz.
It's so funny. Like, they only get like the washed up past their prime people who have like probably allegations swirling around them.
Elliot, I have COVID brain, and Anaconda came out just a short 6 months ago, I'm sure.
I mean, honestly, both those artists, because what the hell happened to Iggy Azalea?
That was not mentioned at all in this story.
That's what I want to know. Why isn't JD Vance looking into that? What happened to her?
I think she did like the crypto thing and then left.
Yeah, that seems like something she would do.
Yeah.
Well,
anyways, enough of all that bullshit. Let's get into some good news. There's good.
No,
I swear.
No, not possible.
There might be, actually.
Okay.
And we should start this one off by saying that this is good news, but only as the result of horrific news. This guy's been living through hell for months, and he should have never been put in this situation to begin with. But with that said, as of right now, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is free and will be reuniting with his wife and child immediately.
Good. None of this should have happened.
Nope.
But
And this, I believe, is the second or third time he's had to be reunited with his family.
Yeah, this man was already sent to El Salvador and like sent to a torture prison.
And then threatened.
And
to
then
go,
they were like,
"We're going to send you to Africa."
Yeah. And I think it like turned out like the U.S., his home country of Costa Rica, I think, was like, no, we'll take him. Like it's all good.
Like,
And,
no, they gave him an option.
No,
where,
we're
like,
sending him to like South Sudan.
If they sent him to Africa, he could. It was weird. Like, you can start a new life, but if you go to your home country, you have to serve your jail sentence like there.
What?
Anyways, he's free now. Okay. For now, here's the Associated Press.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia was freed from immigration detention on a judge's order Thursday while he fights to stay in the U.S., handing a major victory to the immigrant whose wrongful deportation to a notorious prison in El Salvador made him a flashpoint of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. U.S. District Judge Paula Zinnes in Maryland ordered Immigration and Customs Enforcement to let Abrego Garcia go immediately, writing that federal authorities had detained him again after his return to the United States without any legal basis. Abrego Garcia's attorney's office confirmed he was released just before 5 p.m., the deadline the judge gave the government for an update on Abrego Garcia's release. His attorney, Simon Sandoval Moschenberg, said he's not sure what comes next, but he's prepared to defend his client against further deportation efforts.
The government still has plenty of tools in their toolbox, plenty of tricks up their sleeve, Sandoval Moschenberg said, adding he fully expects the government to, again, take steps to deport his client. We're going to be there to fight to make sure there is a fair trial. The Department of Homeland Security sharply criticized the judge's decision and vowed to appeal, calling the ruling naked judicial activism by a judge appointed during the Obama administration. Obama. This order lacks any valid legal basis, and we will continue to fight this tooth and nail in the courts, said Tricia McLaughlin, the department's assistant secretary. Okay, well, he's free, and I hope that this is the last time that he has to be reunited with his family.
It's so cruel. Like, they really, they just picked a random guy and said, fuck you in particular.
Yep, we're going to ruin your life, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it because
we were wrong, and we've been proven wrong. And
literally within a day of his initial arrest, they were like, yeah, that was a mistake.
He didn't leave the country yet, did he? Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
But in other good news, Republican officials in Indiana have officially rejected Trump's redistricting plan for their state, which would have given them more House seats in the upcoming election. It's a massive win for democracy and a sign of hope that some elected officials aren't willing to go along with everything that Trump says, even if he threatens them, which he did, along with help from the Heritage Foundation.
Anybody that votes against redistricting and the success of the Republican Party in D.C. will be, I am sure, met with a MAGA primary in the spring, Trump wrote in a lengthy Truth Social post ahead of Thursday's vote. If Republicans will not do what is necessary to save our country, they will eventually lose everything to the Democrats, he added. And reporting from The Hill also adds that some of the Indiana Republicans who oppose the map, including those whom Trump has called out by name, have said they have been victims of swatting or pipe bomb threats.
Yeah.
As for the threats from the Heritage Foundation on behalf of Trump, here's Mediaite.
The GOP-aligned Heritage Foundation think tank sparked a wave of condemnation on Thursday after it posted a threat from President Donald Trump to defund Indiana if the state doesn't pass his gerrymander. Quote, President Trump has made it clear to Indiana leaders, if the Indiana Senate fails to pass the map, all federal funding will be stripped from the state, wrote Heritage Action on X, adding, roads will not be paved, guard bases will close, major projects will stop. These are the stakes, and every no vote will be to blame.
We're the good guys, right? Are we the baddies?
It's crazy that, for so long, it was used against everyone, even slightly left of center, the defund the police thing. And Trump is like, I'm going to defund Indiana.
Defund Indiana.
Yeah.
We've no more Indiana. We're defunding it.
Yeah.
Abolish Indiana. Woo. All Indianans are bastards.
I mean, fuck them. What does Indiana do anyway?
Sell guns to Illinois. That's all I think.
Sorry, Indiana. I know that you contribute a lot. We're just joking. Politico's Jonathan Martin summed this all up pretty good, saying, totally normal stuff. the arm of a conservative think tank echoing a White House's threat to strip federal funding from a state if they do not follow orders and pass a mid-decade redraw to grab more seats. And all out loud. This, again, we were talking about this in the most recent episode. These are things that would have been threatened deeply undercover before.
Yeah,
the vote in Venezuela, like everything that's happening in Venezuela, like wouldn't have been this out in the open. This kind of stuff, these threats.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a silver lining to how horrible everything is like at least it's loud and clear.
There's no secrets.
Yeah.
Zero. Yeah.
But yeah, luckily it did not pass. And as of when we filmed this, there was not a reaction from Trump on Truth Social. But we're sure that he's pissed. So we can't imagine it'll be long before he declares war on Indiana. He goes over to Lake Erie and just starts blowing up boats.
That's right.
Those boats were
Indiana's coming right for us.
Fentanyl into Michigan. I can't picture the map in my head. Sorry.
Moving on though, here's an update to a story that we've been following for a few years now.
Oh, good.
It's not exactly good news.
Oh.
But the journey we're all about to go on for the next few months will, at the very least, be very entertaining because it is official, folks. Signed, sealed, delivered. He's yours. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has officially announced his campaign for governor of Minnesota, where he will be running against Tim Walz. And of course, I would assume lots of other Republican candidates who all want a little piece of this prize.
Sure, great.
But like we said before, Lindell said he paid top dollar for great polling that proves he is the man to beat Tim Walz. So he's going for it.
The people are begging. They're going, Mike.
Run,
Mike, run. I like Mike.
Here's The Guardian. Mike Lindell, a pillow salesman and election conspiracist, is running for governor of Minnesota, he announced on Thursday. Lindell, an ally of Donald Trump.
I don't know if that's true anymore.
No, he loves me, I swear. And major player in efforts to overturn the 2020 election results, joins a crowded Republican primary in the left-leaning state, where his pillow company, MyPillow, is headquartered. Not only have I built businesses, you look at problem solution, Lindell told the Associated Press as he announced his campaign. I was able to make it through the biggest attack on a company and a person, probably other than Donald Trump, in the history of our media. Lawfare and everything. Lindell told the Minnesota Star Tribune that Rudy Giuliani, the beleaguered former Trump lawyer who has also lost a defamation lawsuit, is advising his campaign and works for Lindell TV because he knows what he's doing.
Fucking dream team.
We have the dream team, folks.
Real Laurel and Hardy.
Not only is he doing the campaign, he, I guess, has gotten an exclusive deal with Lindell TV.
Two guys that Donald Trump has left on red for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Together at last.
Yeah. Maybe if we combine forces, Trump will notice us again.
I'm so excited for this. It's so funny because there was like I guess, like they said, it's a very left-leaning state. There's been like one Republican governor in the past 40 years or something like. It's like pretty ridiculous. It's very low.
In the 1980 bloodbath, it was the only state that didn't go for Reagan.
And so it's also very rich that under all of that Democrat rule, as they like to say, Mike Lindell was able to build from nothing a very successful American business in a state controlled by, I guess you would describe them as socialists.
Well, you know, we do what we have to do to get by.
I guess so.
So good luck, Mr. Lindell. You're not going to need it.
You've got the polling numbers. Yeah.
You need to stay in the race as long as possible, just long enough to lose whatever's left of your dwindling fortune. Mm-hmm. But speaking of big changes, Zohran Mamdani has decided to free up his apartment in Queens and move into Gracie Mansion, which is where pretty much every mayor has lived during their term, outside of Michael Bloomberg, who was very rich and
he's like, nah.
It was kind of a downgrade for him.
I mean, compared to like even a modern McMansion, it's not like what you picture in your head. It's a big house, but it's not massive.
Yeah, no, I've like just on accident
driven by it. Yeah.
No, I've like walked. I was like in a park. Last time I was, or one of the last times I was there, I was like, oh, there, it's just right there. Mm-hmm. It's not a particularly large house, and it doesn't feel very private either.
No.
But yeah, there is one problem with Gracie Mansion, though. According to outgoing Mayor Eric Adams, a man who has never lied about anything, that place is haunted as hell.
It's funny because in all the reporting on this, they get like even people who are financially inclined to say that there's something going on in there. They get like ghost inspectors or ghost researchers, and they're like, "No, we've never got any readings in there."
Yeah.
Eric Adams is like the only one, besides I believe like some governor's wife decades ago, who's like said anything about it being haunted.
Eric Adams, he's a seer. He's got the sight.
That's right. He has like the deep connection with the soul and earth.
We call it The Shining. So Adams has previously spoken about his experience in the mansion, saying a few years back, "I don't care what anyone says. There are ghosts in there, man." He's apparently forwarded this message along to Mamdani because when speaking to a reporter on Capitol Hill recently, Adams said, "Beware of the ghost. I told Zohran about it, so the ghost is there. It's a friendly ghost as long as you're doing right by the city. If you don't become right by the city, he turns into a poltergeist."
Well, I guess he would know.
I did not do right by the city.
Yeah, he was knocking shit over every night.
Every night the ghost was like, "You corrupt piece of shit.
Yeah, go to Turkey." That's why I had to go to Turkey.
You'd be rotting in prison right now if Trump hadn't bailed you out.
He said that I had to put an entire ocean between us before he'd stop haunting me. So I took a beautiful trip to Istanbul.
Should have put that ghost on a flight to Turkey. Send it away.
That ghost would never... Could you imagine it'd be like giving like nerds clusters to a small Victorian child? Putting a ghost on a beautiful Turkish Airlines plane?
Yeah, beautiful Turkish Airlines plane.
Full service.
Yeah.
On your way to Peru.
Yeah, giving a Victorian child a doner kebab. I don't know if their head would explode. They'd be like, "Wow, food that has what are these flavors you're putting on there? Spices, you say?"
I'd say America has a beat with that one because I would love for the child to taste al pastor with the pineapple.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's some more good news. The GOP is hot on the trail of Antifa. They are ready to pounce.
Any moment now.
Don't believe us? Just check out this clip where Michael Glassheen, operations director for the FBI's National Security Branch, speaks about the threat during a recent hearing in D.C.
Antifa, that's our primary concern right now. When you look at the data right now, you look at the domestic terrorist threat that we're facing, right now, what I see from my position is that's the most immediate violent threat that we're facing on the domestic side.
So where is Antifa headquartered?
What we're doing right now with the organization.
Where in the United States does Antifa exist? Yeah. If it's a terrorist organization and you've identified it as number one.
We are building out the infrastructure right now.
So what does that mean? We're trying to get the information. You say Antifa is a terrorist organization. Tell us as a committee, how did you come to that? Where do they exist? How many members do they have in the United States as of right now?
Well, that's very fluid. It's ongoing for us to understand that. The same, no different than Al-Qaeda and ISIS.
How many people have you identified with the FBI that Antifa is made of?
Well, the investigations are active.
So you wouldn't come to this committee and say something you can't prove, I know. I know you wouldn't do that. But you did.
But don't we all feel safer knowing that the FBI has labeled them in this way and is surely about to crack the case?
This is like when I have a stick with a string and a little mouse at the end. This is like when I give my dog something to do. Like, "Oh, shit, there's a mouse. You better get it. Shit, it flew over here."
Yeah, they're like, I know you guys are all really worried about, like, Pete Hegseth in the boats and Kash Patel and his girlfriend and just everything else that's going on. But the reason that I'm here is because you've forgotten about Antifa.
Yeah.
And when you forget about Antifa, it takes away all their power.
Yeah.
They only exist if you believe.
Yeah.
They're like Santa Claus in that way.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, start believing.
So let's round out the episode with another year in review. This time it's coming from Art News magazine, Art in America, who released their analysis of the world of digital folk art for the year 2025. And they, like the rest of the world, are struggling with the proliferation of AI in the digital art space. But they found stuff that disassembles it in weird and interesting ways.
Yeah.
There's a few interesting selections in their article, which you can find in the description below. But one in particular that stood out was the AI-generated video of Trump Gaza that was being shared earlier this year. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Where he just kind of made it look like Dubai and everything was fucking gold and hideous. And he's
So
like,
that was like, yeah, they go into it, but that was a content creator who, obviously used AI, but it was meant to be done as like this satirical thing, and it got on Trump's radar, and he fucking retweeted it. Like it was like, wouldn't this be the most insane thing that ever happened? Like almost a South Park satire take on what Trump could do.
I didn't know that.
And he got a hold of that and was like, yeah, it looks good.
I always wonder, like, where does he get the AI that he posts?
There's clearly a Trump team that is just scouring social media for these things.
So yeah, there was apparently a very strange journey that led that clip right onto the president's own social media feed.
Vulgar images were so pervasive in 2025 that even the sitting U.S. president was posting them. In February, Donald Trump's Instagram account reposted an outlandish AI-generated video whose creator, filmmaker Solo Avatal, claims was intended as satire that asked, "What's next for Gaza?" The video depicts the war-ravaged Palestinian territory transformed into a bustling vacation destination with a tacky casino aesthetic, set to a catchy synth-pop tune praising Trump Gaza shining bright. Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sip beers poolside at a luxury hotel. Elon Musk dances as dollar bills rain down like he's in a 90s hip-hop video. Trump Gaza wasn't the president's only off-color post this year, but its cavalier vision of genocide's aftermath was one of its most disturbing, even by his standards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They do another analysis of like John Pork and how that's been kind of...
What's John Pork?
Folks. This guy.
I do not know what that is. I've never heard that phrase in my life.
If you ever see Elliot in real life, please hand him a photo of John Pork and start asking him questions about it. Anyways, it's very
that like
interesting.
Trallalero Tralala?
Sure, I guess it's an older meme that's been appropriated by people using AI to make him a character and put him in narratives and stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, it's a fascinating read because it's like a way snooty art critics take on meme culture in 2025.
Yeah, critical analysis is a lovely thing. It's glad,
especially when it's done for silly reasons.
Yeah, no work of art is unworthy of honest critical analysis.
Oh, and update, since I did see some comments on the videos this week, and someone I think reached out to me on Blue Sky about the Yevlebachen, the Gavle goat.
Yeah,
he is standing tall and noticeably untouched. Untouched and untorched.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get got for a while. They've ramped up security too much in recent years.
Yeah, it kind of got too, and part of it's our fault.
Yeah.
It got too big.
Yeah.
I went to search for this and see how he was doing, and there's lots, like a lot of the main results were TikTokers doing videos every year of just being like, "Is it gonna burn?" And it's like, no, we kind of started that, and we kind of ruined it. It's our thing. Get off. But he's still safe. The Yevlebachen. And they do have a live stream going. I believe they added like some royalty-free Christmas music or something to it, so you can just kind of leave it on in the background.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going. You can sit and wait for that flaming arrow to fly through the sky.
It's not gonna happen.
I will leave a link down in the description below next to everything else, so you can watch that if you would like. Elliot, tell them what? There's no sponsor today?
No sponsor. Maybe you would like to be the sponsor by becoming a member of our channel or leaving a one-time donation via the thank button. No pressure, but the people who do those things are cool, and the other people are slightly less cool.
There's a naughty list, there's a nice list. You're both watching the same video, but some people get to feel good about themselves.
Oh yeah, also look at that hat.
Oh yeah, this is coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's favorite.
Merch is coming.
It's
not in time for Christmas, but it's coming.
I mean, the shipping's really fast.
Well,
so
we got to launch that store very soon.
Dealing with a tax issue behind the scenes, so we have to get resolved before starting up again.
Turns out selling things is
a little more complicated than we thought.
I thought this was America.
I just have to make very sure that everything's covered because we're going into a new tax year. So it's being very careful. Anyways, other episodes for you to watch are up there. They're all from this week. They're actually new. You can watch them. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, reply to a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.